This video will guide you through writing an introduction and, most importantly, writing your thesis statement. Writing your thesis statement. You want to use the words of the question and apply them directly to the text and explain how you are going to answer the question. So, for example, the question, analyse how the use of language features shaped your response to one or more themes in the visual text. First of all, note, language features just means film techniques. So this is a great question. It's quite open. So we start with, this essay will argue that Lerman uses a range of language features to shape our response to the idea about the corruption of the 1920s society and how many of those ideas are still present today. As you can see, I'm using the words of the question. I'm also telling him what idea I'm going to look at. So again, I'm applying it directly to the text. For those heading for extended abstract, I'm also giving myself a link to the present today, which will give me that extended abstract link for later. So let's have a look at another example. Analyse how the nature of a character or individual was revealed by their response to events in the visual text. Okay, I need to state the nature of a character. So, this essay will argue that the nature of Gatsby's character as a facade was revealed by his response to events. If I wanted to make my thesis statement stronger, I could maybe list a couple of the events I'm going to look at. But as you can see, I have told them what nature I'm going to look at. Let's have a look at the last one. Analyse how the setting of time and or place presented the values of a culture in the visual or oral text. This essay will argue that Lerman's 1920s setting presented the culture of corrupt values. So again, I've said what I'm looking at. I've reworded the question slightly to sort of give my take on what values I'm going to be looking at. So now we know how to write our thesis statement, we need to put it together into an introduction. Our first sentence is our context statement. This is just where we explain a little bit about the text. So we say, The Great Gatsby, directed by Baz Luhrmann, follows Nick Carraway through his experience in New York in the 1920s. Your context statement doesn't have to be long, it is just a one-sentence summary. Then we go on to our thesis statement. This essay will argue that Luhrmann uses a range of language features to shape our response to the idea about the corruption of the 1920s society and how many of those ideas are still present today. Then we have our sum up. We give an indication of how we are going to explore this idea. Overall, it is the desire and excess of money that will lead the people astray in The Great Gatsby. So we've just got a bit of a sense of where this argument is going. Putting it all together, we have our introduction.